All right. We are doing some cleanup in Etrian Odyssey 3 tonight. Um, there's a lot of stuff I did off stream. It's gonna take me a hot minute or two to figure out where we need to get caught up. Where should I start? Okay. So I have completed all the discoveries now. We have gotten the Overlord Squid. Now, as much as I would like to show the RNG manipulation that you need to do to get that effectively, it doesn't seem to work anymore once you have it. Once you've gotten the squid once, I cannot get it to repeat itself. As a reminder, basically the way that this works is every time you fish, there is a dice roll that is performed, and that affects how many fish you get when from that attempt. And the way you get the Overlord Squid is basically by getting a critical failure. If you end up getting 0 fish on one of the gold fishing spots that can otherwise give you the sea milk item, you will instead get the Overlord Squid. So basically, once you what you can do once you reach the 6th stratum, in the HD version at least, is you go to the inn, you rest, which always resets you to 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. You go to the forest, the very first 2 tiles of waterfall wood. If you step on the 3rd tile, then that apparently enters the range, which can cause a Pasaran to spawn, one of the metal slime enemies that give you a bunch of experience and have a lot of defense. And you basically just, so you want to avoid taking that extra step, and you just go back and forth between these 2 steps until you reach 10 a.m. And then you take 1 more step back, 1 more forward, 1 more back, and then you leave. Effectively doing 92 steps in the dungeon. Then you go back here, and normally what you would see is you would see a collection of fish around here and a whole bunch of these guys down here. You use these 2 things specifically, the elephant turtle for your snacks, and then the foremast. You got to make sure you grab at least 1 fish from the collection here, make your way slowly over and around, and then when you get over here, you'll get the Overlord Squid. Otherwise, it's just down to RNG, and the RNG is never going to favor you, so something to keep in mind. One other thing I wanted to do on stream, we're gonna dial it down to picnic just for the sake of making this straightforward, and so that we're not using any resources that we can use later. There's something that I completely forgot to do when we got the moon key. If you recall, Olympia let us in to the moon door, where the one of the deep ones was chilling. And ever since we got the moon key, we haven't actually come back here. I've already done this off stream. Nothing really important happens, at least on this route. But just for the sake of completeness, in case it changes on the other playthroughs, let's do this. So you go over here. You use the key you were given to re-enter the Hall of Conviction. The outwardly human, yet utterly alien creature is there, staring at you as before. You, the time for conversation is long past. Our course is set. The eldest one turns its gaze haughtily from you. It seems it has nothing else to say. You decide to act in deference to the unnerving creature and leave this place. Also, let me know how volume is. I feel like for some reason I'm quieter than I normally am. But again, we have adjusted the volume for this game slightly so that the music is higher than normal, because some of the battle themes, which are really, really good, are not loud enough. Okay, what else have we done? So I've got a lot of good endgame gear, at least as far as our accessories are concerned. We have the best armor for Kana. We have pretty much like the second best armor for everyone else, except for me, just because it's not really worth upgrading for the element cloak, I feel, until we get the endgame Buccaneer or Shogun armor. And we have a really good crossbow for Cthulhu's. Everyone else is still lagging a little bit behind, but for our purposes tonight, this should be fine. While we're waiting for some people to hopefully show up and witness some stuff, we're going to do some sequesting and some boss fights. And then after we get some more people in, we're going to take a look at the 6th stratum, because I have, instead of going on with the new game, I have been exploring the 6th stratum, and it's actually a lot better than in previous games. They did a lot of, well, they did a very simple thing that makes it much more bearable. So just for the sake of authenticity, we're gonna put it back on expert. There are 4 bosses we're gonna fight tonight. I have already beaten them off stream, so if we struggle, I am just going to say screw it and dial the difficulty down to picnic. It is not worth the time wasted. As you can see, we've also got some really good endgame heals now that I have been doing some exploring in the 2nd stratum. I know for a fact we are going to need some extra nectars and some extra theriakas. So this should hopefully be sufficient. And for some of these boss fights, we're going to need to update our limit skills. One limit skill that's really great is regroup tactic. For 5 turns, we recover a small amount of HP. It's about like 30 to 40, probably like 10% of each character's health. Yeah, that seems about right. But most importantly, it recovers your status ailments. Does not clear binds, however. This is also something I got from the 6th stratum. It's basically like Painless from Etrian Odyssey II. But it absorbs instead of simply nullifying. Technically, Aegis Barrier and Aegis Defense are equivalent to Painless, but Ouroboros Guard absorbs all HP damage, regardless of the source. So, way better. All right. So, oh yes, sorry, my apologies. I just wanted to double check real quick. Yeah, we do have all the tomes. And on our first playthrough, oh, what's this over here? Oh, nice. Got Armor's Finest. I didn't actually notice that before. Yeah, and our exploration is currently at 89.75%. There is at least one section of the 4th stratum that we won't be able to explore until the true ending playthrough. I have a feeling that the game might not like how I've mapped out some areas, because missing 10% seems a little much for where I'm at right now. So I might need to go and fill in those empty areas from the 5th stratum, possibly, to get that correct. But we'll see. Okay. So if we recall, this boss at the Trade City Aea is Scylla from Etrian Odyssey II. I forget which pair of NPCs I ended up going with, but we'll go with the most companions here. I'm Schlaf, leader of the Pale Horses. Our creed is safety first, but everyone calls us cowards. They're wrong. We are adventurers. We will prove it by taking on this request to subjugate a monster. Actually, no, these are all farmers. That's gonna be a mess. I think this might have, oh yeah, this is the one I did it with. Glaukos, right. I'm Glaukos, soldier of Ea. I'd like to ask you Ocean City Adventurers for a favor. I need to borrow your strength to defeat the monster threatening Ea. There's not much else I can tell you, but it's just something I have to do, for her sake. Because if we recall, Scylla was a normal girl that was mutated by the final boss of Etrian Odyssey II, basically performing like genetic engineering on people in the labyrinth. So I think we're gonna want defense, we're gonna want healing, and yeah, I think we're gonna leave Kana out for this one because Glaukos summons a tiger to assist, so that should make up for Kana's damage that we won't be bringing with us. An elderly beastmaster who serves Ea. His tiger attacks are fierce. Actually, hold on. Let me mess with something real quick because again, I feel like my volume is really low for some reason. I'm just gonna quickly. Just gonna open G-Hub real quick. Yeah, nothing else should be... we should be fine. Okay. So because of how we're doing this, we're not going to be able to summon a duplicate of Nia, so we're going to be focusing on defending just our front line here. I feel like guard tactic is going to be more important. That or a regroup tactic. Yeah, let's do regroup because I remember Scylla applying a bunch of ailments, at least in 2. I don't remember in this one. Honestly, the fight went very smoothly. I did it like almost right after we ended stream last time. After meeting up with the old soldier in Ea, you let him lead you to the monster's last location. Couldn't have noticed you. Suddenly, a gigantic and grotesque shadow appears beneath the water. Atop the bulging mass of creature is a beautiful woman with a tragic expression. You are quickly brought back to reality when the old soldier yells at you. His blade is already drawn. Join him in the fight and capture his indomitable spirit as you challenge the grotesque beast. Maybe my voice is just messed up. Maybe that's what's throwing me off here. Okay. We also have some new skills to play around with, so that's a thing as well. We're gonna get some accuracy. We're gonna lower Scylla's physical defense. God damn it. Okay, well, may as well start attacking in the meantime. Yeah, because that was the thing about Scylla. She has poor accuracy on her attacks, but they can be very powerful. Okay. Let's just do it. There we go. Again, Cthulhu's attack does reduce his defense, so that can cause him to get nuked in a single turn if we're unlucky. And we're asleep. Oh no, we can't use regroup tactic. Oh. This normally is not a problem because I can clone Nia, and that's another person that can activate the ability. The saber-toothed tiger is doing a lot of work, though. Yeah, should have given it to Cthulhu's. It's Eagle Eye. And use some flares, assuming that Cthulhu actually survives. God damn it. Yeah, well, at this point, we need mod up. And we're gonna get some damage downrange. Yikes. Well, oh, he immediately... Has he just been summoning the Sabertooth the entire time? I haven't been paying too much attention to Glaucos' other turns, but Beastmasters really can't do a whole lot with their skill set. That was super lucky. Now we can attack with mod this turn. Whew. Yeah, this is going smooth. Oh. Okay, we got one more warrior might in us. Come on, Sabertooth. No. But we can use regroup again. And 5-ring sword. Let's have mod defend. Let's have Cthulhu's use Namrita. And we're all bound, and that is super bad. It is just our legs, but now Scylla is able to hit us with her low accuracy attack. So I'm going to have our backline defend. There we go. See, that could have been very bad. Nice. Yeah, and of course we need our legs to do Warrior Might. But thankfully, Unbind is activating fast enough. Let's pop some flares. Ooh, that was a good one. Glaucos is confused, but that doesn't really matter. And this might be the final turn. If we're lucky. Oh, nap time. And I immediately woke up. Perfect. Now this is the final turn. There we go. After a fierce battle, you finally succeed in defeating the monster. The old soldier gazes on as the beast crumples into the deep, a tear rolling down his cheek. You're left to wonder why, as he thanks you and asks that you set us a course for the city. You comply and make ready to report your results to the Ocean City. Well, here you are. That must mean you subjugated that sea monster. Thanks to all of you, the trade ships heading for Aya will no longer be threatened by that beast. In other words, the trade route between the Ocean City and Aya just burst wide open. And that's no minor feat. When I think about how much you've grown, it fills me with pride. Anyway, thank you as always. This came in from Aya as a token of their gratitude. Please accept it. The Abyss script. Alright. We are going to reload because we did have to use some resources there that I'd rather hang on to. I'm also looking up the conditional drop for Scylla. Defeat within the first... No, that's Etrian Odyssey 2. Okay. So, that's another thing. So, I did go through pretty much every enemy that we can fight right now. And... got all their conditional drops. So if we just go through the whole list here, if you recall, one of the reasons why I didn't go straight into New Game Plus is because we needed to get a conditional drop from Kirin, the boss of the 4th Stratum on the Amarode route. The thing that I discovered is that even if you are playing on Picnic, because your party takes reduced damage, the cursed backlash damage is also reduced, which means getting the Crimson Tail from Kirin was extremely difficult. I ended up having to use a Formaldehyde. That is a new item that was introduced in this game, which helps with the item collection grind immensely. I also ended up using that. There are a few bosses that I use that on just for the sake of my sanity, because eventually once you get past the 23rd floor in the 6th stratum, there are FOEs here. What are they called? Dream Smasher, that give you an item called Atrocity Sigh, and they have a pretty standard drop rate for it, and that exchanges 1-to-1 for Formaldehydes. Formaldehydes are an item that you can use on the final turn of battle, and if you kill the enemy on that turn, or to be specific, if the enemy dies on the turn that the item is used on it, it will drop everything it can drop, regardless of whether you've met the conditions or not. So for anything that requires to die via curse damage, that's immensely helpful. There's another boss that I had to defeat with poison damage. I think we encountered it in the 4th stratum. Actually, I ended up doing that normally because I gave Hyacinth, one of our farmers, a dagger that deals poison. And that actually came very easily. This guy we had to defeat on the 1st turn, as per usual. Thank you for the resub, hon. 14 months, hell yeah. I believe you are the person who's been subscribed for the longest now. Cthulhu and Mod, I think, are 2nd and 3rd. Not exactly sure where Ice Thrasher is at. I feel like he's subscribed, because Cthulhu is definitely at 13. Yeah, I don't know. It's my feed has been basically cleared since the last time Mod and Ice resub, but I think Mod was at 11 months or 12 last time. But yeah, getting up there. Sorry, my model freaked out because I had to wipe my nose. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to remind myself. What was the thing? Oh, there were also this guy, the Divine Judge, which we had to defeat while fully bound. That was another one. There's also an enemy in the final stratum. One of the recurring pumpkin FOEs. The Hell Pumpkin, I think. You need to defeat it while fully bound. The problem is, not only is it just difficult to bind enemies in general, they recover from it in certain turns. So I think those are the main enemies that I've had to use Formaldehydes on. Anything with Curse, and anything that requires it to be fully bound. Yeah, I wish I could remember which one of these guys was defeat with poison damage, but just know that I did it, and it was cool. Yeah, I really think it was an FOE from the 5th stratum, but I'm not seeing it. One thing I did do, so one of the Sequest bosses, the Manticore, needs to be defeated with 5,000 points of damage. Now, of course, you can just use a Formaldehyde, as I've now discovered. But I wanted to see if there was a fun build I could come up with, because our party is designed around multi-hit attacks, which don't count. So one thing I did do is I gave Anna some skills. I also did something with Nuna. Let me pull Nuna out for a moment. Oh no, I think oh yeah, I need to fix up Nuna's build actually. Here, hold on, let me reload real quick, because one of the things that I definitely had built Nuna for is the instant kill capability. But there was something else that I used them for more recently. But I did reroll a few characters because I had I wanted to fix the mistakes I made when creating Raptor's character, and it was bothering me. Again, Nuna, we're eventually going to be trying to use 5-ring sword from the back line and also front mortar as a hopefully more tanky Shogun. And there was something I did here. Either way, the most important thing, though, that I did in terms of our reserve characters is Anna became a party all by themselves, which you'll see in a moment. You'll also notice that because of what is it called? Combat study. A lot of our reserve characters have actually reached maximum level now. That's fun. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this on Picnic, just for the sake of the example. So the damage is gonna be extreme. And there's an achievement for hitting 10,000 damage outside of sea quests, which I have also done. Wait, no. I need this one. And we're just going to have Anna in the back line. And we're going to have Second Wind. There we go. Because there's that really cool ninja skill that we saw once upon a time. Again, we're just gonna mow through this fight. Again, these guys die and then they poison your entire team when they go away. But the important thing is what happens with this guy. So how are we gonna do 5,000 damage? Well, we're gonna clone ourselves. And then the clones are gonna clone themselves. And yeah, that's gonna be the maximum. So now we got 5 Annas. Well, what are we gonna? Oh, right. I also need to do that because Anna doesn't have enough TP after cloning themselves that much. All right, you defend, and then the person on the front line is going to use Drawing Slice. Kablam. So that's how you do it. There's a lot more I could do to increase that damage multiplier, but I thought that was a really cool way of completing that objective. Something else I tested. We kept running into the issue at the guild where every time I would call up my party, our limit skills would be unset. So I specifically chose limit skills before registering the party. So if we go here... Ah, yes! Okay. Okay, we could have avoided that problem the entire time. Wow. Alright. So let's fix that up real quick. Let's grab our farmers. Let's customize some limit skills. And... yeah. That's fine. We don't really need our farmer party to be doing a whole lot. There we go. Okay. So now that we've done that, let's finish fighting Scylla on Picnic. Just get the exposition on screen. And then we're gonna take a stab at the Leviathan. This time, we'll just go with this group. Really hope I remember to change the difficulty. I always have that doubt whenever I go into one of these menus. Oh, right. We should have brought a formaldehyde. Oh, well. And this should go by very quickly. Yeah, problem is my brain's kind of going all over the place with all the things that I've been meaning to do. So what does the Abyss script do? Quintessence. Okay. So, Sungrazer, but hits all enemies. Alright. So let us claim a formaldehyde, because we've still got a bunch of those. But like I said, they're functionally unlimited. The only things that are limited are coupons, which we still haven't used, and I should probably consider doing that. Because we do have some expensive gear that we need to buy coming up soonish. Okay. Get to those. There we go. So we're gonna hit you with Eagle Eye, Wolf Owl. We're gonna punch. We're gonna pop flares. Okay. 9 smashes. Mod is going to use the formaldehyde. Nice. Nice. Picnic difficulty hits different. Literally. Welcome back, everyone. Message from your client came in just a short while ago. Sorry I dragged you all into my personal grudges. I may not be forgiven. I feel better now. Makes you wonder about his burdens. When a man's business is his own, I just hope he finds peace. Anyway, he left this with me for you guys. He said he hoped it would support you in your endeavors. Glaucos's Lance. Is that an upgrade for Nia? It might be. Oh, hell yeah, it is. Okay. Stargazers 2. We Zodiacs borrow the power of the stars. That is the basis of our livelihood. This is why I'd like to see the curtain of stars in the Northlands to develop my power. Someone, please take me to north. Castor and Pollux, young astrologist studying stars, uses fire to emulate objects. He uses his chi to help his brother. His emphasis is on healing allies. Hey, Cthulhu's, welcome on in. Hope you're having a good night, dude. After meeting up with the brothers, your ship comes across a shadow in the water near Aea. The monster rises, a beast half composed of sea organisms and half woman. This is your mark. Defeating her is the only way to pass through to the northern lands. As you and the brothers draw your weapons, the monster's tentacles rise up and attack. Sorry, you lost me with that one, Cthulhu's. Did I make a face-off reference without paying attention? I want to take his face. Oh. Oh. See, that's one of those things that I should probably know, but it's lost on me, unfortunately. This is one of these moments where I really wish my education was better. I would say, like, my knowledge is decent when it comes to, like, maths and sciences, but anything to do with, like, history, religion, geography, my school had fuck all for that. Any kind of mythology. Completely lost on me. We defeated the sea monster and watched it sink completely before cheering in victory and setting sail for the Ocean City. As it happens, the star curtain we saw, thanks to you, wasn't stars at all, but it's beautiful anyway. I guess it's important to stop and smell the seaweed sometimes. Sounds like things worked out for them. This book they asked me to give you must be their way of saying thanks. Please accept it on their behalf. Castor's book. It's probably going to be a good item for Silent. Okay, we already read that one. This farmer is the leader of the Pale Horse Guild. He's very cautious. So now I know why the Pale Horse Guild is so cautious and why they're such chumps, because they're all farmers. His harvesting earns a lot of money. And Bools is a master of safe exploration. Although it seems that the article you're quoting is referencing a film. As you reach the last location of the monster, your clients quickly begin folding away their deck tent. Just then, a gigantic black shadow appears next to your ship as though it had been waiting for you. The monster rises. The requesters show no signs of fatigue. They meant what they said about taking things easy. It's time to take weapon in hand and cooperate to defeat the threat before you. Oh, right. Right. See, I've completely forgotten the names of the characters. Now I remember. Yeah. Now I remember. See, for some reason, movie trivia just goes in one ear and out the other with me. Like, people can, like, quote movies for days. They can, like, reference, like, film actors like it's nothing. That doesn't come to me for some reason. My brain is just too full of gaming nonsense and voice actor trivia. My brain is 100% selective. It's frustrating sometimes. After watching it sink away, the clients begin setting up their tent on the deck again. Inquire about their behavior. How you recover on a ship is important. Shaking your head in disgust as they disappear into their tent, you set sail for the Ocean City. We overexerted ourselves on this trip, but thank you all the same for a camping trip on the sea. Perhaps they could conquer even Yggdrasil with little more than a tent. It told me to give this to you. It's up to you to find a use for it. The Pale Horse Gun. Alright. We don't really have a use for that, unfortunately. So let's give that Drakeback spear to somebody, and Silent or Kirsten can have that book. 65. Yeah, we use Silent more than we are currently using Kirsten. That said, for one of the super bosses, we might need to bring Kirsten out to save us. And then spears. We got... Yeah, now that raptor is actually classed correctly, we can give him one of our spare weapons. And we'll store Sapphire's book. I forget if we took a look at the Armor Road emblem that we got from beating the game, but this is what it does. HP plus 100, all stats plus 5. And there's a reason that I'm holding on to this stuff. So the Sonic Dagger you can give to your monk if you're not using them to attack, which will allow them to potentially heal the party and cure binds and ailments. Because a lot of the super bosses have abilities that, you know, much like Scylla, have a low accuracy rating, but then they will stop your characters from being able to dodge, or they have abilities that will like drain your life depending on whether or not you are debuffed with something that they can inflict your party with. We have these weapons here because one of the bosses that we're going to be fighting tonight can be completely nullified with leg binds. So let's try and wrap up the sea quests, with the exception of the Elder Dragon. Now, this one is still very difficult. I think this was the one I did off stream. Veterans needed. Monster subjugation request. This is the Ocean City Marines, 7th Platoon. We have recently sent 2 of our finest to defeat a monster wreaking havoc in the Western Seas. However, it seems we underestimated the beast. We request the aid of any seasoned adventurers. And so we are teaming up with Sumitomo, a buccaneer ravaging the Eastern Seas. His gaze strikes fear in kids. Taquion, a military astrologer sent by Armor Road. He has affinity defense. A military monk sent by Armor Road. He primarily heals his comrades. See, this is one thing that I kind of miss about not having a Zodiac in our team. I may have said this at the very beginning. Although I like playing without a Zodiac because we played through the other games very much reliant on having an Alchemist, despite how underwhelming Alchemists were in 2, Zodiacs have counter abilities which can alleviate part of the strain on your hoplite. And that's not really something that we've been able to make use of. And that is what this fight is very much about. And I think all I did is I just brought myself and Cthulhu's for damage potential. But what we're going to do to amp things up a little bit... So let's take a look at our skills real quick. So for Nia, as far as our upgrades are concerned, we have all the elemental defenses now. We're still pretty bare bones in a lot of ways. If that leg bind boss gives us issues, we're going to grab Shadowbind. For myself, a lot of this is still the same. I have not upgraded 5-ring sword at all yet. We may need to do that at some point. And I have grabbed Limit Boost, which also gives us Eagle Eye and Lady Luck. Eagle Eye is actually huge It provides like up to a 35% defense decrease, I think, at max level. So it's really, really good. And then the limit boost provides you with a flat. So the way that limit works in this is that every action your character takes can provide up to a maximum of 15 points at random. If you have any weapon forges that provide limit, that will provide a bonus of however many points you have limit icons above and beyond that limit of 0 to 15 random points per action. Limit boost provides you with a minimum guaranteed amount for the Buccaneer, which I think starts at like 10 or 5, which means that and because each normal attack from Swashbuckling counts as an action, it is entirely possible for us to fill up my limit gauge in like a couple turns instead of taking like 7. For Kana, you might notice a few things here that have been changed. We're going to discuss that in a minute. Same with Mod. The important thing with Mod is that we've started giving him some sovereign abilities that we will require for the dragons later on. But the most important thing I want to talk about is what we've done with my build. This is the wrong quest. No. So we are doing this with no tank whatsoever, which is difficult, but many turns are going to be skipped because of the elemental counters that Takweon is performing. And I think what we want is... honestly, Second Wind and Indomitable might not be bad ideas to have, but instead I'm going to go for Guard Tactic. Upon reaching Ugarit, you inspect the area with the pirates and marines. After a few moments, the captain of the pirate ship offers an audacious smirk and points to the distance. You turn around to find the sea splitting before you, revealing a dreadful sea dragon. This must be the beast you're here to destroy. You draw your weapons and prepare for the onslaught. Alright. So, Eagle Eye, and Mod's just gonna be healing. Wait. Shh. I picked the wrong character. We need Cthulhu's. Give me a minute. This is why I wish you could just immediately quick load. And let me fix that, and then boop boop. There we go. Someday I'll switch over to OBS and you guys won't see that menu anymore. Not today. Eagle Eye. Yeah, because this party already has a monk. There we go. Alright, so the important thing, debuff, give everyone accuracy. Yeah, so he used Fire Prophecy, Leviathan tried to hit us with fire, instead took damage in response. Because we've got limit gauge already, we can immediately bump up our party's defense and start wailing on them. Not good RNG that turn, but we're living. And for the most part, we're just gonna let the AI take care of themselves until we need to revive them. Ooh, good rolls. Fantastic turn. Another good turn. Okay, here is where we need to guard tactic, Eagle Eye, and then Cthulhu needs to use a Nectar on Sumitomo because Minamo either cannot revive or just will never sacrifice a turn to actually do that. Okay, and what's nice is that we've used Eagle Eye on him, so he actually wasted a turn clearing that debuff. And this is another important thing. So he just attacked Minamo on the back line and healed himself slightly. So this guy can inflict our party with Plague, and if he hits someone that's been inflicted with Plague, it will do 5 times the damage, and he will recover that much health. In fact, I think the amount of health he recovers is double the amount of damage he does to you. So it will instant kill your party member, and then he will recover like 1,500 health. So you want to avoid that. We are very much hoping that Minamo will heal us before we get nuked. Well. Alright. I'm alive. Guard tactic. Eagle Eye. Hopefully that'll buy us a turn. Sumitomo. Okay, we're bound but not plagued. So we should be good. Unless Minamo... Minamo's not going to be able to heal us. So we gotta... It's DPS race time. So I bet you this turn... the Eagle Eye is still on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Theriaka A on you, and Amao 2 on Cthulhu. Okay, we actually got very lucky. He never plagued us a single time. This might be it. It's plague time. Oh, that was so clutch. Let's go. The fierce attacks of the pirates and the steady marines have managed to subdue the sea dragon. The pirates return to their ship after thanking you. After seeing off your dignified allies in war, you set sail toward the ocean city to report in. Hello again, everyone. So you managed to defeat the dragon running rampant in Ugarit. Until now, that monster and the pirates were bothersome disturbances in Ugarit. But thanks to your hard work, a safe route to the western lands has been secured. This is a gift from Ugarit, sent as a sign of friendship. Well done as always, and you have my personal thanks as well. Fortuna script. Okay, again, we're gonna load and redo that on Picnic, because I've been doing enough farming. I deserve to keep some resources here. We did it. We did it legit. So now we can keep our nectars and our amritas instead of having to. And it has a rare drop that has a 20% chance. Or you can just use a formaldehyde, I suppose. Okay. Picnic. There we go. But yeah, our party is really good, except unfortunately it does have a critical weakness. In that we do fuck all for elemental damage. And turns out that the bosses that we have quests for, well, they are super bosses in their own right. Technically only the anemone is counted as a super boss, and it has complete physical damage immunity. Well, when I say complete, I mean across the board, all physical damage types. So that's why we might need to pull out Kirsten and replace myself in the party, because Shoguns and Buccaneers can't do elemental damage. We may also have to fully upgrade Blitz Ritter on our Hoplite, the Ice Smash whatever on our Gladiator, and then one of Cthulhu's elemental barrages, and that will hopefully do it. It's also kind of a pick your poison kind of boss fight, where an enemy can bind, debuff, and apply ailments to your party, and even instant kill your party. The way that accessories work in this one is really nice though, in that they all stack, and there are endgame accessories that provide 50% resistance each. So if you equip 2 of those, then you become completely immune to that type of thing. So for example, for your monk, you want to make them immune to headbind, so they can always heal the party and unbind the party as necessary. For the other party members, you want to invest in some other things, possibly. Lucky Hammer. Oh, that's fun. I saw this being talked about in a guide, but I didn't know what it was talking about. I thought they literally meant just applying a bunch of luck forges to a weapon to increase drop rate, but no, this is an actual thing. Well, that's fortuitous. I bet it does, like, fuck all for damage, but, I mean, we can certainly give that a try, right? Kind of wish you could equip that to multiple people, but alas. Kind of wish I knew about that sooner, but it's not like formaldehydes are that difficult to farm anyway. I think it had to deal the killing blow, right? Wow. Glad to see you all safe. Marines told me you really defeated that sea dragon. We understand now that even pirates must have valuable skills. You must be all the more diligent. Learning about others is the best way to learn about yourself. The Marines will have to work harder. You all did well too. Pirates delivered this for you. Sumitomo Brace. That sounds like bind resistance. That's not bad. It's not great, because I think if we take a look at some of those, yeah, 50 each icon here is 10%. So it's like a 20% resistance to each bind type. It's not bad. It's worth keeping around. In search of treasure. Have you heard of a sea dragon in the water near Ugarid? I hear its blood can heal any sickness. I'm healthy as a horse, but if it's a rarity, I need to get my hands on it. Last time didn't go quite as planned, but I'm sure this time will be different. I think. Toma and dessert. Farmer is taken up exploring to find treasure. Bar regular. This intelligent adventurous claims to be royalty. And Lucky Hammer. After picking up the clients at the port, your ship reaches the area of the monster's last sighting. Then, you spot a gigantic shadow approaching your ship at tremendous speed. That's no ordinary fish. This must be the beast you are here to destroy. With a quick glance, you and the client prepare to fight. The gigantic sea dragon leaps from the water, cloaked in waves, as if meeting you for the fight. And yeah, and then 9 smashes, and then Warrior Might. Why do I feel like we're a lot weaker than we were in the previous fight? Maybe the NPCs did a lot more damage than I was noticing. Huh. At the turn's end. Eh. Well, let's try it. Blech. Thanks to the client's precise backup, you succeed in defeating the sea dragon. The client steps forward to collect some of the sea dragon's blood. It seems they got what they came for. You set sail for the Ocean City to report your victory and return the clients to port. That blood was said to be a cure-all for any disease, and it is! It completely cured my cavity! I suppose his greed is one thing, but at least you must be happy to have a stiff drink without pain. This is left for you from the other client. I guess she'll be getting new armor soon. The dessert armor. No, that is heavy armor? 100. Meh. Also, I think I turned my brain off and skipped past the pre-fight dialogue, so we're just gonna do that one again. Just another opportunity to get the lucky hammer in. No, I did read this. Or at least the dialogue is extremely similar. Yeah, let's see if we can one-turn this. Although if Lucky Hammer doesn't trigger, then it doesn't really matter. Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. Nah, I don't think that's gonna kill in one turn. But we can see how much damage it does, at least. Bonk! Alright. Yeah, so definitely kind of a get. Ah, this would have been perfect for the Lucky Hammer. Man. Oh well. We tried. Yeah, that's something I'll have to get off stream. Oh well. One more chance, I suppose. I came here from the west to see Yggdrasil, but the sailors feared to sail the Ocean City because of all the monsters and pirates. I hear some skilled adventurers have found a safe route, though. I've been stuck here quite some time, but those adventures could take me to the Ocean City, right? Squire, a knight from the west who uses his shield with great precision. Rocky Hammer. There. After picking up the client from Uber Eats port, you begin sailing toward the Ocean City. The client steps forward and levels a spear. He looks as though he's been ready for this the whole time. Following his lead, you draw your weapons and dash toward the sea dragon at the bow of your ship. Okay, so that's about 1200 damage for Mumio-kun. Let us gamble. Oh, maybe. Funk! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah! How do you like a taste of your own medicine? The ferocious battle you and the sea client the sea client. The ferocious battle you and the client wage has paid off as the sea dragon falls in defeat. Based on what you saw of the client's skill, you should do just fine fighting an Yggdrasil. As everyone celebrates, you set sail toward the Ocean City to accomplish the task at hand. So your client made it to the Ocean City safe and sound. Stopped by to deliver a message. Our little detour was unfortunate, but it was a nice warm-up anyway. Hope to see you in the labyrinth. Sounds like he was quite frustrated about being stuck in Ugarate. His future will be much brighter. Ah, almost forgot. He asked me to give this to you. Squire's Shield. Okay, is that any better? It's possibly, depending on the enemy we're fighting. That said, we do have some heavy armor that we are going to give. We do have a Sovereign, don't we? Yeah, and then we have a Hoplite. There we go. Interesting, E-droids can use heavy armor. Okay, now we can sell that, and we're hanging on to most of those. And now we got a bunch of really good endgame stuff that we can't afford yet. Okay. So, let's dial the difficulty back up. We are targeting 2 of the endgame quest bosses right now. We are going to be fighting Alrune and the Kraken. Again, an enemy and the dragons are gonna wait until our final playthrough because those are the real endgame bosses. The enemy is basically the equivalent of Hecaton Care, or whatever it was called. It got renamed in Untold, and the wiki page uses the Untold terminology for everything, so bleh. We're gonna fight the Kraken first because it is technically the easier of the two. Technically. Oh, and you know what? Some of these tiles here probably don't count because I haven't put walls around them, so that would also affect the mapping. Alright, so what we need to do for this is we need to give Nia the Dismemberer, and if need be, we may swap out the Jolly Roger, or give myself some leg binding weapon forges. Because this is the guy that we need to bind his legs. The tentacles count as legs for some reason. And the gates on each floor are actually independent of each other, so sometimes when I come back to this floor, I need to press that initial switch button, and go over here, and the gates are already closed, and it's kind of frustrating. So now I've just kind of gotten to the habit of doing that. We may also need to change our limit skills as well, just because this boss can and will mess us up real hard if we are not consistent about binding its legs. I think we've read this dialogue before, but I'll do it again. When you enter the hall where you feel the sound came from, you are struck by a foul sense. A dreadful monster writhes its countless suckered tentacles in anticipation of your arrival. Judging by the pieces of metal scattered about, that switch released the cage sealing it. This monster must be the Kraken that the client and his friend could not defeat in the past. The time is now. Draw your weapons and challenge it to fulfill a man's dying wish. If I'm not mistaken, this is the quest that we're doing for Elval? Yeah. And then Elrune is what our buddy in the end wants us to defeat. All right. Again, as far as I'm concerned, all the bosses that use the Etrian Odyssey 1 BGM are super bosses as far as I'm concerned. So first turn, we're gonna apply as many debuffs as possible. Ah, damn it. I was totally able to survive that one time. Huh. Hold on. Is it using... I'm gonna stop messing with the overlay colors, because I might have to restart the game a whole bunch. I don't know if we just got unlucky there, because I know for a fact I've been able to survive that first, like even Nia survived that first turn, but this might have been before I did some stuff. So we might just need to attack like this on the first turn. Let's have mod defend. Oh no. See, that's more normal. Of course, but we didn't bind him, so we're screwed now. Again, this is a boss that has a single gimmick, and it's the fact that you gotta bind it. So this might take a hot second. I wonder if I use guard tactic on the first turn. Maybe. Let's just have everyone defend and queue up a party heal and some flares. Mod, why is your accuracy got to be so high? Or your agility? Okay, we might need to pivot. I might have screwed up our chances of fighting this boss believably on stream. Could have sworn he is, and the problem is that's not what we need right now. We're also getting very unlucky. We need Nia to land a bind. come on. Nope. Nope. This went so smoothly off stream. Great. Awesome. Okay. I also, we've technically already spoken with the innkeeper as part of the lightning dragon quest, but there's some extra different dialogue if you speak with him again. Welcome back, guys. You came here to see Mr. Lindworm? Okies, I'll show you to his room. Follow me. Oh, it's you. Don't mean to pressure you, but have you made any headway regarding the dragon? I wish I could do more to help. Please, slay the golden dragon for the sake of my princess. Okay, glad we got that, because that was also something I had been meaning to do. Do we have any rapiers that can do leg binds? Or... Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are not gonna be using... we're not going to be using hanging, so we don't actually need a rapier right now. So what we can do is we can grab... Oh, Kodagiri is arm binding. Ugh. Okay, hold on. What is the katana, or so we can get 3, 4, 4. Okay. We're doing some science. So that's 117. And that's 95. I forget if it has a particular damage type. Weakness. Hello, Dakota Wood. Thank you for the hydrate. How you doing? Hope you're having a good night. Okay, so now that we have that weapon, that needs execution claws, which we only have one of. This is also the problem with the weapons that have more slots, is they require... what is the... Hold on. If we go weapon forges, is it a 5%? Is it 5% chance per item or icon? 6% for the first, and then 3% per forge. So best case scenario, we can be doing 15% chance of binding the legs. Because I don't want to nerf Cthulhu's damage by switching him to a weaker weapon. And the thing is about my weapon is that I'm going to be attacking a lot of times with it. So I'm just going to buy a cheaper one with 3 slots and hope that that's going to be enough. Ah, yeah, tell me about it. I do that more often than I'd like to admit. And then your sleep schedule gets all messed up. It's a whole thing. Okay, what is... Okay, we're just gonna grab a bunch of different weapons and see which one is gonna require the least grinding. Flamberge. Okay. Well, that's expensive. So either Verdun or the Malpadabemo. All right. Yeah, and that's a really strong one. That probably makes the most sense to grab that one. Okay. I'm surprised we have that many cursed femurs. You get those from some of the pumpkin enemies late in the 6th stratum. And then forge. Leg mind. That's fair. I think that's the case for a lot of us as well. Ah, you know what? You know what? I don't think I equipped the Dismember on Nia. I'll have to go back and check the VOD. I think that could be part of the problem too. That could totally be part of the problem. That's how it goes. That's how it goes sometimes. So as long as we can leg bind the Kraken on turn 1, the rest of this fight should be trivial. And you know what? Let's farm some limit gauge. Because yeah, worst comes to worst, if we can't survive that first turn, we can just farm for a guard tactic. It's entirely possible that's how I survived it off screen. Thankfully, farming limit in this game is a lot easier than farming force meter. It is random though, so sometimes it can take longer than expected, but we're good. Yeah, see, we're already almost maxed. And again, we could have much better weapons at this point if necessary. I can postpone these boss fights, but again, I have already beat them off stream, so I don't feel super bad. I just want to give a good demonstration of what the boss fight is like before going to picnic difficulty. All right, guard tactic, much better. Now we can do that. Mumio Ken, Wolf Howl, Party Heal, even though it's not going to help. And then Flares. See, now the agility works in our favor. See, now everybody survived. And the Nia on the backline didn't even have guard tactic. They just survived because they're on the back. So now, we should get some leg binds. There we go. This is the moment where I think to myself, do I still have the Jolly Roger equipped? Did I not? Did I upgrade that sword just to not use it? It's entirely possible. And we're gonna top everyone up, and then Mod can start attacking. Because this boss will literally not attack us. Oh, it unbound itself. That's not good. Hold on. Do we have any limits we can use? No. Yeah, I might want to put guard tactic on myself rather than Mumio Ken. And I think when the boss is capable of attacking, I might need to defend the backline. And yet we bound their legs. So we're good. Unfortunately, our TP is not going to last the entire fight, so we will need to recover that at some point. Probably on the next turn. Okay, binds have been released. This would be a good turn to apply all our debuffs again. Maybe set out a party heal. Read a 2 on Cthulhu's. Players. And also, if we're really unlucky, right, I forgot we needed everyone to be attacking to re-leg bind. That was not smart. I did not do that intelligently. Come on, yeah, yes, let's go. Good shit. We cannot use 9 smashes. Time for another Amrita. So at this point, we're just kind of praying for the leg buffs, the leg binds to remain. Shit, never mind. I jinxed it. I jinxed us hard. Guard tactic is gonna come in clutch. We need to bind it again. Because if not, something bad is gonna happen this turn. Please, please, please. No! Well. Bleh. Yeah, so this boss kind of sucks. And I'm really thinking that I didn't equip the weapon that I spent all that effort upgrading. Or we're just getting abysmal RNG. I've been thinking that maybe this game has something kind of like Monster Hunter, or I think even some of the Souls games have a mechanic where the more times you afflict a debuff on a boss, the more resistant it becomes to it. Because I always feel like when I get toward the tail end of a boss fight, they become suddenly, coincidentally, very immune to all kinds of debuffs. And then on the back line... Wait, what are we doing with you? Party heal? Okay. And then... Yeah, Amrita on Kana. And then it's gone. All right. So I don't think we have our flares. But I think the damage debuffs are still on. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, Cthulhu's is gone. Or not. I also got a passive ability for Kana. If someone dies, he will recover 50 health. Maybe not the most useful ability, but it's there. And let's use a Nectar 2 on me. Man. Whew. All right. We're living. We're living somehow. Now would be... I think we're just going to go all out until another bind happens. Yeah, the fact that I have not inflicted a single leg bind makes me think that I have not equipped the weapon that we should have. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's a redo. Let's go check out my weapon. Let's go see what's going on there. The next course of action is we can give Nia a dagger and learn that shadow stitching ability, because that can have a 40 to 60% chance. Oh no, we do have it equipped. Alright. So we just got really unlucky. Let's give it another chance before we resort to let's try and leg bind you immediately. Flares. See, now we're surviving this turn. I don't know what the difference is, to be like entirely honest. I have zero idea. Okay, now we successfully bound his legs. All right, fair enough. Honestly, we'll just have them defend. Let's apply Eagle Eye, Wolf Howl, Party Heal. And did we... I'm curious if we... So I know that reapplying limit skills actually increases the number of turns remaining, and I'm curious if that happens with all buffs. It's been extended. Seven, 3, 5 turns. Ah, that's new for Etrian Odyssey 3, I think. Might be wrong. Come on, bind him. Yes! Okay, well now we know to be a bit more preemptive with some of our debuffs here. Okay. Need to find them again. Cross our fingers, everyone. Like, we have the ingredients here. This fight is just coming down to RNG with respect to whether or not we successfully bind the legs when they're unbound. Or else the fight just goes on forever if the boss recovers all his health, right? So as far as I am concerned, we've beaten this legitimately. At least for a fact I have off stream. I think that attack precedes the turn when it's gonna heal itself. So we need to get lucky on this turn. Yes. Okay. So the Nias will apply Amrita's debuff. Debuff. Line heal. Amrita flares. Whoops. Don't do that. Mines have run out. Shoot. And okay, this is probably the turn that it's about to heal. Raz Cthulhos, and let's pray. Shit. No. And the fight continues. Granted, we could apply some other abilities to our party in theory, like we do have defense and offense buffs now with mod, but yeah, I'm calling it. I feel like we've seen enough of this fight. It's just the same shit for the remainder of that, and I would rather not waste all that money on resupplying, forging that weapon, blah 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 blah. And the conditional drop for this guy requires you to defeat it while it's unbound. So you basically just wait until you've got it down to low health while it's bound, wait for the bind to run out, and pray that you kill it on that final turn before it heals itself. So again, I feel like there's not much value in showing that done in a more serious manner, but I think it's a interesting boss fight. I don't think it's a good boss fight. That said, I would rather that than a lot of the Etrian Odyssey II endgame content. So it is what it is. Alright, so now we're just gonna go crazy. Did we turn the difficulty down? I really hope I did. Oh well. Oh yeah, mine normally does not heal that much. Alright, we should be fine. Yeah, that's the other thing about this boss, is that it has very poor defense. So on picnic difficulty, you can almost kill it in one turn with non-final equipment. There we go. Unfortunately, we didn't get the standard drop for this guy, but... Oh, hold on. Maybe it's one or the other. Blech. Oh well. After a tumultuous battle, you finally succeed in besting the Kraken's countless tentacles. The Kraken writhes madly, spattering foul ichor all over, then finally lies still. After confirming his death, you proudly leave to report your victory to the client. And before we forget, we'll turn our difficulty back up. Oh, there's also this guy, the ale-drinking soldier. Looks like the city is abuzz with rumors about dragons. It's a dream come true for us amateurs. By the way, did you notice some curiously, deliberately placed stones around the third stratum? What do you think they're for? Thought they might be sacred, so I didn't touch them. It's probably best to leave things like that well enough alone. Better safe than sorry. So there are a couple NPCs that hint at the fire dragons unsealing. Also, this money is going to be super useful for buying equipment. You're back, but it seems that you're just a little too late. Alva, the client, I received word just now that he passed away. He seemed to be worried about you all until the moment of his death. Then he looked peaceful. You were able to defeat the Kraken, right? Maybe that's why he was peaceful at the end. Must have felt that you beat the Kraken. Yep, that's what happened. No doubt. I'm glad his wish came true in the end. I even bet Elva is glad about it too. Elva entrusted me with this reward. Take it. Wow. Until next time, right? Oh, and you guys? Thank you for believing in Elva. Loads of money. I wonder if you complete quests on picnic difficulty, if that gives you more experience, because you do actually get more experience on that difficulty. And even though we could potentially defeat some of the dragons right now, knock on wood, we might need to get some better gear. The main reason I'm leaving that and the anemone for New Game Plus or Plus Plus is because there are A, achievements tied to those, and B, we're going to defeat all the dragons to get the Elder Dragon, and I don't know if the progression for that is going to get messed up between the various playthroughs, so I don't want to defeat one dragon just to have to fight it again, even though I could do it on Picnic, blah blah. Okay. So now we're going to check out the Alraun. That, again, was in the Porcelain Forest. Admittedly, I'm already forgetting what the deal was with this one. Because admittedly, I just kind of fought this to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, no, we totally got this. You enter a clearing in the royal forest in pursuit of the creature that fled the port. You see a flower creature in full health. Its beautiful face turns toward you derisively. This grotesque monster with the bewitching smile must be the cause of the Green Death. Now take your weapon in hand and fearlessly fight to keep the city of Armorode safe. I'm just gonna straight up cheat and go Rune. Yeah, if possible, we want to try and kill it with an ice attack. Yeah, basically it just hits the party with a whole bunch of high damage attacks and has a fire weakness. I don't think I did anything special with this boss, to be honest. Because it is a refight, so it's technically kind of in the same category as the Ant Queen. I don't think they wanted this boss to be particularly difficult, but it's still effectively the Elrune from the previous game. So I do think we line guard every turn. Even though most of its damage types are elemental. Yeah, no, we should be good. Yeah, that's a reasonable amount of damage. We just need to get better RNG for these turns. Oh no. And again, Cthulhu's with the defense reduction when he uses Warrior Might. I think that might have been one of the things that I did, is I might have put Guard Tactic on myself so that I can use it more often. No, well, fuck. Yeah. Let's re-up. Party heal. Nectar on Cthulhu. That's the other annoying thing, is that it is capable of stunning the party. Honestly, we can just we can keep applying debuffs, and that won't be an issue. We just need to not get stunned. Or put to sleep. That's a problem. We can still try and go all out, though. Nice. Cthulhu's got to act. And that was a good turn too. Oh, but Cthulhu is dead. Well. Another good turn to apply some buffs. Party heal. We're gonna resurrect Cthulhu before applying Guard Tactic. Oh, that was not a good turn. Head is the problem. Alright. Oh, they have so many Eagle Eye debuffs. Yeah, we can probably... Yeah, we can do this. And Nia on the back line should give an Amrita to Cthulhu's. Well, Cthulhu's is dead. Yeah, I'm getting really bad RNG this time around. Let's use line heal. No. Let's use a Nectar of Cthulhu's. And then Amrita 2 on our front. Yeah. Might be a good idea to give one of our... Don't we have an ability that allows us to draw aggro to a specific party member? Only on ourselves. Well, it was worth a try. Pop Flare is out. See, that attack is oddly enough one of her least lethal. There we go. This should be a good turn. I do know that once we get her below... Oh my god. You know what? No. Let's have you attack. Let's have you unstone mod. And then Warrior Might. Oh, for how long, Cthulhu's? Man, it's strange that Ty's was being quiet. That's very unusual for him. All right. No worries, man. No worries. Again, this is very much just get lucky with the RNG on her attacks and try not to get debuffed into oblivion. Is Pop Flare running out? Yeah. Problem is, with this fight, I always get scared whenever I start applying buffs that she's gonna do that. or debilitate our entire party. Thankfully, unlike the other bosses we've fought this evening, she does not heal anywhere near as much. Okay, keep coming. Yeah, we both survived. Nice. Okay. Yeah, Amrita on Kana. Phyllis is probably going to get nuked this turn, but gotta get the damage in when we can. Nice. Good turn. Ooh, beautiful. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, come on. Come on. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah! Your desperate struggle finally ends as you thrust your blade into the creature's throat. As it collapses to the ground in a shower of petals, you briefly celebrate your victory. The request to defeat the monster is complete. Report your success back to the bar. That said, in the interest of my own sanity and not having to sleep at the inn for 14 consecutive days... sorry, we need to reload our save in town. We're going to do that again on Picnic, and we're going to finish it off with an ice attack. That said, I'm going to have to sleep at the inn for 14 days anyway to reset the Kraken. And then after we do this, we're going to take a quick look at the Cyclopean Haunt. And that shouldn't take too long. All right. We may have to do this a couple times, just in case we nuke it on the first turn. Yeah, okay. I cannot believe it survived that. Wow. Okay. Let's start using some ice attacks, shall we? There we go. Perfect. And of course, I only get the conditional drop. Oh well. Yeah, that's actually the funny thing about the Kraken, is that the standard drop comes from binding the legs of the Kraken. It's the conditional drop that you get from beating it with no binds. Which, again, just goes to show, like, hey, it's intended for you to beat this boss with leg binds. Yeah, we can leave it on expert for the haunt. Yatagarasu, nice. And there we go. Welcome back to you. Who would have guessed this bottle mail saga would end with a monster? Thanks to you, the boy at the inn and his little girlfriend have nothing to worry about. That kid's letter told us about the danger, and your sword brought it to an end. The pen might not be mightier than the sword, but sure a lot more useful, yes? Well, you did a very good job. The inn kid's paying this reward from his own pocket, so enjoy it. How does that child have this much money? I bet the inn kid plays fucking Etria Tube and make so much money from ad revenue. All right. So I'm just trying to think real quick. Is there anything else I need to do before New Game Plus aside from those two guys that we need to refight to get their drops? And we're going to show off the hunt. Again, we're just doing this now so that I don't forget to do it later. This is on standard difficulty, which means we could totally get wiped. So we will be making some quick saves. So, like I said before, there's one very important difference about the Cyclopean haunt, and that is this little beauty. There are shortcuts, because otherwise, your only way to navigate through this place is to find a very specific path. And it's a very winding path where, again, these are the ice. Oh boy. I probably should have healed the curse damage. Oh well. And I'll try my best to remember about the various gimmicks of these enemies as we come across them, because some of them are quite nasty in new and interesting ways that are kind of fresh for Etrian Odyssey. So, pretty much the only way to reach the staircase is to follow this very particular path that has very few intersections. All right, now here's something interesting. So if we remember the eggs from the magma caves, we now have these Pandora eggs. You'll notice that they switched into two very different monsters. There are three types of monsters that they can spawn as: the Longicorn, the Cleonian, and the Insectortus. So Longicorns have an ability called Throw, where it's one of those team attacks where they team up with another enemy, and much like what the Ant Queen could do, and they will throw an enemy at your party, dealing fairly significant damage. They can also inflict plague on your party when they die. Actually, the Longicorns are guaranteed to do that. Yeah! I forgot. Yes. So, this is the first floor in the game, I believe, in Etrian Odyssey 3, that introduces dudes that spawn when you're nearby in fights. The Vampire Tree. Whew, these guys are nasty. So, they can drain your TP, and I think they can inflict plague, which we've already been inflicted with. And they are incredibly healthy, and they can also attack you when you have plague and regenerate a massive amount of health based on the damage that they deal. If they attack you with that specific ability while you're plagued, they will deal enormous amounts of damage and have a huge heal multiplier. These guys are rough. Probably the most difficult FOE in the entire stratum. And we're letting that Cleonian live because it needs to demonstrate something that's incredibly frustrating about it. Because while it might not deal a lot of damage on its own, it's got some special properties. Pay attention to our party menu. And these guys appear on this floor and on the last floor of the stratum. There goes our TP. Okay, no, these guys are actually easier than when I first got to the stratum. So that's actually really nice. Yup. See anything different? So the fucking Cleonians can swap around your party members whenever the fuck they want. And it's a very frustrating gimmick because you then have to navigate this menu every time, and I kind of wish there was just a quick option to reconfigure your party, but alas. So yeah, I think the aesthetic of this place is really cool. I think the soundtrack is awesome. The new track that Yuzo Koshiro composed for Etrian Odyssey III, I think is my favorite, you fucker. We're gonna have to keep doing this. This is definitely the best and the most interesting third stratum. So I think I can say that literally everything about Etrian Odyssey III is the best in the franchise so far, except potentially the super bosses. And again, Kraken is interesting. The refights are cool. And I think the only reason I'm complaining about the enemy is just because it's as bad as Briarios is what it was called in Etrian Odyssey 2, and then it was renamed Hecaton Care in Untold 2. So Dragonflies, these guys are also kind of rough. I think they just attack the entire party with lightning damage. They're just pretty damaging. I think that's about everything for this floor, except for the fact that the Pandora eggs can hatch into one more enemy type that we haven't seen yet. Oh no, here we go, Death Pumpkins. These guys bind your entire party. They also have an ability called Halloween, because later on there will be these Tri-Pumpkin enemies. They can summon the other two types of pumpkins, and when all three of them are in the same battle, you'll notice that they all are doing JoJo poses, and they can do a triple enemy team attack called Halloween. That will fuck you up. So if you get a Tri-Pumpkin in battle and let it summon its buddies, literally Killermen kill you. Literally, it's September 1st. Awaken, my masters! It is time to put the giant plastic skeletons on the lawn! And then November 1st, it's time for Christmas carols. All right, we are not going to explore this entire floor because it is a pain. So what's going on here is they have brought back the hazy areas, except now with invisible trapdoors. See, unlike the previous games where you could see a pattern in the leaves, the holes here are indiscernible. So you fall and you go down to the 23rd floor. Now, what's nice about the 23rd floor, which they didn't do in Etrian Odyssey 1, where they employed similar gimmicks here. Again, Etrian Odyssey 2, they couldn't really do this quite so much because you were ascending and not descending. So again, we've got the damage floors, much like in Etrian Odyssey 1, but now you've got some shortcuts. Now you have to open up going backwards. So if you fall down here, you can open up this shortcut, and you can open this. So if you do fall down while you're retracing your steps, you can go all the way around here. And then on this floor, so you work your way through here, you work your way through here, all the way around here, and you get a nice little shortcut that's actually in one of these zones. And then you work your way up here. These guys work like the Hydra enemies from the third stratum of Etrian Odyssey 2, the Snow Zone. Yeah, Cthulhu's. People do that stuff way too early. As soon as every step you take in front of one of these guys, they will take one step closer to you. So basically what you need to do is you need to loop around here, then go over here, loop around back, and sneak behind him. With this guy, you need to take a step forward, take a few steps back so he gets to here, Then you need to loop around, lure this guy around, and then you can move past him, move up here, and then work your way around. And again, you gotta have this guy move 2 spaces so you can get around this side. Then you get access to a staircase here, which again can lead to more of these shortcuts if you so desire. And then you eventually work your way back here, and there's another nice little shortcut. This area down here is pretty much for farming certain enemies. These are the sheeps that we saw that drop the atrocity size. And these things, so most of these are damaged tiles. However, these things are mounted on the wall and they cast a 3x2 or 2x3 area of effect. If you step on one of these tiles, all the sheep in that room aggro on you, and they will chase you until they run into you or you leave the room or the floor. And that can be a problem. We'll see one of those up close in the next floor. Thankfully, once you work your way all around here, you get, again, a nice little shortcut. I'm lost. Hold on. A nice little shortcut that leads you straight here. And then to the 24th floor. Now, this is the one floor, this is the worst floor in the stratum. So again, I'm using similar symbols to denote different things. You have to do these are the same Hydra enemies. You have to lure these two pretty much so that they're both here. Then you go up here, so this guy comes toward you, but you need to still give yourself enough space to dip over here and not encounter this guy as you work your way around. And then you step on this thing. Well, what is that? What does that icon denote? Also, we're going to talk about this guy in a second. Because we already, so the Passaran on the 5th and 6th stratums are the same ones. If you attack them with ice, they'll clone themselves because they're blue. If you hit them with fire, a red one will appear that gives you more experience. If you hit them with electricity, a gold one will appear that will drop a item that sells for 50,000 bucks. Gathering resources with farmers is still the better way of making money. But for the purpose of farming experience, that's what they're there for. These guys take barely any damage from physical attacks. You gotta hit them with elemental. Otherwise, not super significant. So, what's this? It makes us turn around a few times. And because those tiles appear in areas where you can't see your cursor on the map, you will get completely, absolutely disoriented. So what's special about these guys? So the Patsons on this map will spawn either here or here, and they stay there. There are two per floor, and they respawn like boss FOEs, so every 14 days. And pretty much as soon as you come to this floor, if they've respawned, one will spawn almost immediately after stepping around here. You fight one, get as much experience as you want. You go here, rest with a tent, 25% chance to improve their spawn rate. Walk a few steps over here, another one will spawn, and away you go. We're going to take this opportunity to show the grind strategy, because I think that is important for RPGs. We're going to talk more about these little rooms in just a second, but for now, again, we're invisible. We're about to step on a tile. We're going to turn. 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. Boom. So now we turn this way, and we're good to go. So now we can fight this guy. So what's the strat here? So we want to duplicate. We want to hit him with some ice. Then we want to hit him with some fire. Red, blue. Focus all our damage on the red. Let's get some more blues. They'll explode in turn. That's par for the course. Our accuracy is abysmal. I've been mostly farming these guys on Picnic now that I think about it, so that's why we're missing so much. Yeah, now we can probably start hitting them with some fire. Yeah, this might not go so well. Yeah. Yeah, no. Okay, so normally what you would do is you would just, you would balance your maintenance of hitting the blue ones with ice to sustain them, and then hit them with some fire to cause more of the, high experience ones to spawn. You have most of your party work on killing the red ones, while the rest of the party causes more blue ones to spawn. And you keep that going, and you can get like 700,000 experience with one of those fights on Picnic difficulty. So it's really worth it. And this is where we talk about the fact that we have retired all these characters. And this is why when we took a look at Anna's skills, we're missing some. And our level cap will now be 71. We have more skill points than we did previously, and we also have a additional bunch of skill points for each of our stats here across the board. And I've already ground everyone up to pretty much the level we left off with on stream. So I've been very busy off stream with this game. So let's get our proper floor 24 experience. All right. Where we go? Okay, we're gonna turn right. Also, we're not going anywhere. Autopathing doesn't work in these zones. You are truly left to your own devices to figure out where you're going. Okay, so we need to turn right. 1, 2. There we go. There's our other JoJo poser. I'm not gonna fight you if we can avoid it. Again, we need to turn right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to go left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now right. Left. Left again. Now we need to go right from our perspective. 1, 2. That should be that. That's not helpful. There we go. These guys are called suicide hairs, and they explode. Let's run. See, this is the problem. Okay, I think we're here. Okay, that was 4. We need to turn left. 1, 2, 3. Hey, we made it. And then you get a nice little shortcut because you made it halfway through this. Yes, don't get blown up by big chungus. See, counting out loud like that is what helps me personally because it allows me to retrace my steps if I have to. Because I can just look at, okay, what direction did I enter the room from? How many times did I turn? And in what direction? Okay. Yeah, so this is a really bad combination because these guys are very strong, and the little snail guys will reduce your defense several times over. Okay, so I need to turn right. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go straight. Now we need to turn left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that's the 24th floor. Again, I make it look easy. This was a pain to explore, even with a map. And now we're on the 25th floor. Well, what if we just go in here and say, hey, before you lies an outrageous, impossible sight. Gigantic barely suffices to describe the immensity of the being you see. The gigantic being hasn't so much as glanced toward you. It simply lies malignantly in place. This must be the ultimate source of the evil that lurks in the Yggdrasil labyrinth. Defeat the evil whose tendrils extend to the world above, and win back true freedom for Armor Road. What are you? Abyssal God. This isn't the boss theme I was expecting. That's a bummer. Oh well. I guess we still have something in store for us, because the actual final boss theme is one of my favorite songs in the franchise. That's a big health bar. Hello, Lord Mage. I finished it off stream, more or less. I'm just kind of demoing it because I did it off stream. Today's kind of a cleanup. We've just been fighting the pre-super bosses, and demoing what I've been working on before I start working on New Game Plus again off stream until I get to the 3rd stratum, and that'll probably be next weekend. Magma Ocean. Uh-oh. Hey, I'm alive. Yeah. We're doing great. All right. So here's the thing. We did abysmal damage. Why is that? Also, now we have Longicorn betas, and the silver octopuses we could have run into on an earlier floor. So the thing about the Longicorn betas is that they are much more powerful than the other Longicorns. We already saw the throw attack. We don't need to demo it again. Just imagine bigger numbers. One thing about the other Longicorns is that they can lay Pandora eggs. That's one of their skills. That's one thing that we didn't get to see. We should at some point ideally run into the other enemy that we haven't seen yet. I'll be getting out of here in a second anyway, and then we're going to be moving on to some very different things. So there's this FOE chilling over here, but there are also these eyeballs that I talked about earlier. Oh no, he's aware of my presence, and now I can't catch him. Uh-oh. Okay, no, these guys can also spawn. They don't have a skill for it, but they can spawn the eggs. Oh, that's good to know. Okay, well, we can't catch that guy, but what if we don't get seen by an eyeball? That is a possibility, Cthulhos. So Longicorns can make Pandora eggs that can spawn into more Longicorns, and they can continue that. I already did the 6th stratum. Technically, I've already fought everything here. I've already got all the conditional drops. We are not strong. I'm assuming that the Abyssal God is going to be more difficult than the Anemone and the 3 elemental dragons plus the Elder Dragon, which we cannot fight. So we're going to need endgame gear before we come back here. And I feel it makes a lot more sense to go through the other couple endings so that we do everything on the final run. Because I have a sneaking suspicion, since the Elder Dragon unlocks after you've fought the 3 Elemental Dragons. If we fight one of the Elemental Dragons and then do a New Game Plus, we might have to fight it again, which is what I'm trying to avoid. I don't know how smart or how fair the game is going to be with that logic. So what's this guy? No, the Pandora eggs can spawn any of the 3 enemy types that they can. The Clyonian, the Longicorn, and the Insect Tortoise. Alright, so this is a tentacle. What's a tentacle? Well, it's kind of nothing, if we're being honest. It will do some damage to us. But the important thing is we need to kill this enemy in 3 turns or less. And we did. So, we're more than capable of doing this. So, what happens if we are not successful in killing it in 3 turns? And, you know, just for the sake of making this more straightforward, yeah, in this way. So what if we just hang out? Oh no! Vampire trees. 2 of them. So basically the whole gimmick of this area is you are avoiding these trees. You are using the FOEs to set up blockades. Like here is one of those hydras. You want to... Oh, I just noticed I hadn't... Beep. You want to lure this hydra to this position, and then you go around here to spook this tentacle, but you want it to basically get jammed against the hydra so you can encounter it. Over here, you basically need to like loop around here, work your way down here, avoiding the sheeps. If the sheep see you, they will chase you down, even if the eyes don't spot you. You work your way around, you attack this one, then you attack that one. Over here, you just work your way around, avoiding the eyes. You just go around here, up, up, up. Again, we showed this off. To fight this tentacle, you just follow that path, and away you go. And then up here is a mess. So, what you need to do is you need to walk up here, and you need to walk back and forth to get this guy all the way to this square. You then need to encounter this Hydra and run from him. Alright? Then you go back up here, and you get him all the way over here. Then you walk all the way over here to spook the tentacles, because the tentacles at this point have already run to this corner. You go over here, one of them will come down. You want to go down here to spook them back up to this corner, then you run back around, and they will run up here. Then you go down and you encounter this Hydra, run from him again. Now both of these Hydras are in these 2 positions. You go loop around here, chase the tentacles down, they will wedge themselves between the 2 Hydras, and then you can fight them. As far as I'm aware, this is the only straightforward way to fight the 2 tentacles in that row. Yes, the FOEs do give experience in this one. Also, you can totally run into certain encounters on this floor. Let's see if we can... I want to find the insect tortoise before we wrap up here. There is also a encounter on this floor where we will just run into the Pillarmen all at once. So I never finished my point, actually. So what you need to do is you need to defeat all 8 of the tentacles, because every tentacle that is alive at the time that you engage the Abyssal God reduces the damage that you do to it by a significant margin. I think it's like 10% per tentacle. So when we do fight the Abyssal God, what we're going to do, because they are FOE, so they do respawn in 3 days, we are going to go on Picnic difficulty, and we are going to fight the tentacles, wipe them, sleep, and then go back here to fight the Abyssal God on regular difficulty. Yeah, Etrian Odyssey 2 is rough. I personally wouldn't recommend wasting the time. Especially since I remember you playing the non-Steam version, so you're not getting achievements for it anyway. I don't personally see the point. Yeah, so just in case you missed what happened there, the Longicorn Beta threw one of the Longicorns at us. It dealt a incredibly significant damage to all of our party, and the death of the regular Longicorn inflicted plague on our entire party, which has basically wiped us, and then both Longicorns spawned more Pandora eggs that can hatch into more Longicorns. It's wild. And the main reason we are trying to find the insect tortoise is that it does something very similar. If we can't find one, then we'll just look at it in the compendium. But I do want to find the Pillarmen if I can. It's a somewhat rare encounter. The nice thing is, though, as mean as... So, okay, here's the thing. Like, back on the DS, this would have been a fucking nightmare. Because there's... Yeah! There they are! Alright. There's the Pillarmen. Let's see if we can get them to perform Halloween. Yep, stands ready. Not as much damage as I thought. I thought that would have absolutely nuked us. Okay, well, I digress. We got the Pillarmen, and that is something that I couldn't have shown in the compendium. So we're just gonna take a look at the insect tortoise in the codex. Because the thing about the insect tortoise is that basically when the insect tortoise dies, it doesn't actually count as a death. You will not get credit for killing it, and you will not get any drops unless it is asleep, I think paralyzed, turned to stone, petrified, that's the word I was looking for, or if you instant kill them. Those are the only ways you can kill them and get their drops. Otherwise, when they die, they do not count as a death, and they spawn a Pandora egg. And Pandora eggs can spawn into more insect tortoises, so the cycle continues. And the insect tortoise is... Oh, there are also these guys. We'll talk about those. Yeah, these guys. Insect tortoise. Is there anything else? Nah. So omnivores also suck. So what happens is... So First off, omnivores can just run, and it's really annoying. They have an ability called Swallow Whole that I don't know if it triggers when an enemy dies or just if an enemy is close to low health. It's kind of like the Shogun ability where you can instantly kill any enemies or allies that are below a certain HP percentage, execution. And basically, if you are trying to fight a particular enemy, the Omnivore will eat them. You will not get their drops. You will not get their experience. And the Omnivore will recover 600 HP. And so sometimes what will happen is you're trying to get drops from one enemy, the Omnivore will eat them and then run away, and you'll get no drops, no experience. Yeah. So apart from having to refight Alrune and the Kraken for their other drops, and then do some grinding, the next time I play this, we will be on our second playthrough, going for the Deep City route. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that really needs to be done here. All right. And so exit that. Let me just end my recording.